Yo. Welcome. Yo, welcome guys. What's up? What's up? Um Welcome in guys. Welcome in. Of course. Just waiting for more people to get in. I'm actually just testing out the stream again. It's been a while since I've streamed. Too long, one could say. You don't need to thank me, guys. There's no stream without the viewers. I should thank you. But welcome in. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I'm a little tired, but I have some coffee. And yeah, we're gonna start testing out the content farm where we start repurposing some of the stream content, some of the content that we watch on stream, for example, or just some of the things that go down during the streams. Let's see. That's kind of nice. But yeah, that's going to be very nice just to start streaming again and build it up into a consistent thing. Sometimes I find myself just waiting for things to happen, for example, like in business or life. Like my girlfriend's busy right now. She's doing something. And I've been meaning to get back into streaming. So it's like, okay, let me just use the time to connect with my community, my audience, talk about some things, continue to sharpen my sword, you could say, through a little bit of research and also just staying updated with what's going on everywhere, like on the internet, for example. Like I want to browse Twitter a little bit, maybe with you guys. Watching from London, appreciate the constant bangers. Ecom is the now and the future. I agree. Ecom is the best. Shout out to this guy right here for making all our ecom dreams come true. Toby Lutke, the CEO of Shopify. This is pretty clever right here. This is some marketing, I guess, that he's highlighting. It's kind of cool. It's like candy specifically made for a type of kid. I mean, I don't know. It must be good. This is literally the definition of niching down right here. What up, Sleepy? Nice to see you in here. I'm just chilling right now, just kind of winding down, relaxing a little bit, testing out the stream setup again, just kind of getting the dust off since it's been so long. Yeah, we agreed with my editor that we're going to start trying out repurposing content from the streams and, putting it on the second channel, also on this channel. And yeah, just really going hard with the content, as I've always done. But yeah, e-commerce is definitely, it's one of those things that like people, if you're constantly looking for like a business to start, I feel like that's a bad thing. You got to just pick an industry like that you think is growing and then capitalizing on trends based on that. I know Sleepy, for example, just posted something about that actually in the Chemi Lab. Shout out to Chemi Lab people. I'm not gonna show it specifically right now because I don't want all the eyeballs on what he shared, because he shared a brand that he's working on. But it perfectly capitalizes on the trends, and I think that's really essential. I made a video about it recently. I think in the past I've always tried to be very original and like create demand, but I think that takes a long time to actually do and pull off. So these days I'm mainly thinking about how I can capitalize on trends, and follow the demand, like surf the demand instead of trying to create the demand. Just some, oh my God, this snake is crazy big. That is oddly terrifying. Ari, do you believe if I'm going to school and my focus is not 100% throughout the day on dropshipping, should I start? Like I can put 10, 20 hours per week? Yeah, bro. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you start? Damn, she just got sniped by a phone on screen. Look at that. Oh. Ouch. That must have hurt. She should have dodged that. That was an easy dodge. But yeah, bro, just do it. Don't overthink it so much, man. Don't think of the right time. I mean, I'm telling you, that's gonna only hurt you in the end. I feel like even, for example, with me streaming right now, a lot of times I wait for like the perfect time when I feel like streaming, but honestly, that ends up just making me not want to make content. Like I'll end up being lazy at the end of the day, or just tired, or like, I don't know, I want to wind down, read a book. But today I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. Let's go. It's Monday. I think it's Monday. Okay, yeah, it's Monday. So yeah, don't wait for the perfect time, bro. Especially if you're in school, like you're in a perfect position to just put in the work. Treat it like a video game, bro. See, that's why you gotta join the Ecom Lab. I mean, hey, that's how we make it feel in the community. It's kind of like a video game, and that's how I treat business as a whole. I was just playing a video game too, TFT. I might play it on stream still, while I answer people's questions and interact with the chat. This game is fun. TFT is like, it's League of Legends, but it's like the auto battler version. So it's a little bit like, I mean, I don't want to say it's like chess, because it's not really like chess. There's a lot of RNG involved, like chance, but it's a little bit more cerebral. It's like you do got to use your brain a little more. Same with League, but League is more like reaction time, whereas this is more so like team compositions. Yes, people do it in school. I'm working a 9 to 5, and it's freaking hard after working to sit and keep working on something you want to do. Yeah, I mean, a 9 to 5, I can't imagine, but I remember when I was in school, I was going to college and I was working a job. And I had a girlfriend, and like I like to skate, I like to hang out with friends sometimes. So I don't know, man. I think it's an excuse, to be honest. Like, sure, it is hard, but it's also exciting. I think when you have a lot of things going on, or at least like when you're working, you have cash flow. I don't know. I think it's more exciting. Maybe like if I would have been older, I would feel similar, like, oh, it's so hard. But since I was younger, even though I was doing so many things, it didn't feel like that hard, I guess. It just felt like something I wanted to do. It's hard to explain, but that's why I think if you treat it like, if you find the things that you love about a business, online business, then you'll have a lot more fun working on it, and then it won't feel like hard work. Because that's how I feel these days. These days, I don't feel like I work very hard. I actually don't. But I do actually work a lot. It's just I don't really feel like I am, because I'm just constantly doing things I love to do. Like right now, I'm just browsing Twitter, but I'm streaming it. So technically, I'm working. But I'm not. actually working because this is fun and I'm literally just relaxed right now. This feels good. And you guys are just right here chilling with me and we're having a good time and we're just going through time together. What the hell, bro? That's not what you want to see on Twitter. Let's see. Thanks for advice. I'm just nervous. Like everybody online say, do it only if you can put in 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. This is why it's a problem to take advice from people on the internet all the time. It's just, there's too many different perspectives and too many factors in your life to like fully trust what somebody says online. Their lives are entirely different. There's a ton of different factors in their lives that make their perspective unique, and same with yours. So just don't listen to anybody, bro. Make your own rules. Like if you want to work on your business 1 hour a week, do it. Like do whatever you want to do. Create your own rules. But I will say, I mean, it's no surprise that if you do put in more hours, more time, like you will probably make it further quicker or learn faster. It's just like with anything else. If you play a video game longer, chances are you're going to advance further. But so what if you only can put in like 2 hours a day of grinding, like whatever, who cares? Just do it. You know, make your own rules. That's my only piece of advice, is to just do what you want to do or what makes sense for you. When running Facebook ads, do you recommend buying a BM and profile? I don't recommend that. I think that's how do you say it? That's like a backup. That's like a plan B. So for example, in the Ecom Lab, another plug, we have resources for this. So we have ad accounts and stuff like that, or connections. I actually link it in a lot of my videos as well. It's a friend of mine, but I never recommend that as the first option. I always think that that's something you should do once you have to. Like, let's say if you have no other options, then sure, rent an ad account or buy a profile. Buying a profile is probably a little better than renting an ad account still, because at least you own it. But the thing is, it's still at risk of getting banned. So, and then you don't have any way to verify the identity of the profile. I don't know, man. I would just say try your best to own your assets. So if your account gets banned, try to use a relative. If a relative gets banned, try to use a friend. If a friend somehow gets banned, and ultimately you don't need access to their account, but their business manager. So create a business manager under their account and then give yourself access. That's a good approach. But yeah, if all of those options are exhausted, then consider buying or renting profiles. You hit a 2.5K day on TikTok ads, then it fell off. So now I'm trying to do Facebook ads, but I can't get my pixel to work. Hit us up, bro. I'm doing 30K a month profit, not Ecom. Nice, dude. Well, you should join the Ecom Lab. That'd be cool. But ultimately, if you want us to run your ads, we can do it. We can help you set up your pixel if you're having trouble with it. We're more than happy to do that. But yeah, definitely run Facebook ads. If something worked on TikTok, it's likely to work on Meta. It's kind of a little bit of a hack, I would say. Most things, here's the thing, TikTok culture these days, I will admit kind of drives content culture a lot, like way more than you would think. No other platform is creating culture outside of maybe YouTube and Twitch, like TikTok. So what happens, I've noticed through all of our research, right? We do a ton of research. What I've noticed is that things that work on TikTok, let's say you run TikTok ads and something works, that thing is probably going to work pretty well with Meta ads. Like it's very likely to work very well with Meta ads. But something that works with Meta ads is not necessarily gonna do good with TikTok ads. Like, it's actually not likely to do good because the culture on those two platforms are totally different. And the audiences as well, but also like the machine learning, everything about them is different. Even though they seem similar and like the structure for running them is very similar, the skill set translates, I will say. We have media buyers, for example, at Ecom that run both TikTok and Meta, and they're great at both. But the thing is, like I said, it's a little bit of a hack if you just focus on finding things that work on TikTok, because those things are gonna probably do really well with Meta. And in your case, dude, Chester, you should definitely run Meta ads. Get your pixel fix. It's really easy. $350K a month revenue. Nice. Good stuff, Dana. Hop on the Ecom Lab, bro. We want more people that are killing it. But obviously this is great too. I love streaming with you guys. So it's cool that you guys are killing it out there. That's great, man. So we got like 4 people in the chat right now that are actually doing quite well with their business. I think that should be motivation enough for those of you that aren't doing very well with your business yet to get there. Remove those limiting beliefs. Literally, I saw an interview. Who did I talk to about this? I think it was Davey Fogarty, because I just had him. I just did an interview with him for the Ecom Lab again. I've said Ecom Lab like 20 times so far. I apologize, but it's just, I heavily believe in it. I think it's such an amazing community and product as a whole. But he mentioned something about, maybe it wasn't Davey. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Like, my brain is failing me. But either way, what the point was, this person, whoever told me this, I do remember what it was that they told me. It was that they watched the Impulsive episode with David Blaine. And what was interesting is that he mentioned how if, like, for his tricks, even though they seem impossible, he always knew somebody that could do that thing. For example, when he learned how to create like a water gun basically with his like mouth, you know, like when he learned how to vomit on command, like just water, he found somebody that had already done it in Africa. So just knowing that somebody else has done something is proof that you can do it too. So again, like I said, just the fact that there's like 4 or 5 people in this chat right now that are doing 20K a month or more is proof that you can do it, because there's like 40 people. So, you know, that's crazy. That's like 1 in 10. That's so good. That's such a great ratio. So don't give up. All right. Are you faded right now? I'm actually not. It's just late in the day. It's like 6 o'clock. You know, I'm just chilling. That's really it. Hey man, doing 1,000 plus per day on Shopify, but struggling to get my ads really profitable. Yeah, well, it usually will come down to these 3 things: content, upsells or average order value boosts, and 3, product tests. Test more products too. Yeah, so I do want to actually watch some content today as well. I'll continue answering all of your questions periodically, so never stop typing in the chat. And there's also a lot of other people as well in the chat, which is what's so cool about live streaming, is when we're all interacting. It's such a great time. But I do want to also watch some content. I think there's some really interesting clips out there that are really good. What I want to do soon, so maybe, I don't know how to do this, but I would really love to get people to send me content to react to or like to watch together. I would love to watch some podcasts together. For example, this Hormozi interview, right? Like Alex Hormozi, you guys have probably heard of him. He's a very, very successful entrepreneur. He's kind of a modern day Socrates in some way, in a way, but for entrepreneurship. And, I love listening to podcasts like this. I regularly listen to podcasts like this, to be honest with you. I haven't listened to these in a little bit just because I've been so busy, but I would love to be able to make content out of that. Like we can watch them together, and then I can sneak in some of my commentary on their content, but we can also learn together and bounce ideas around. Soon I'll fix the chat so that we can also include it on screen, so that when we create clips from the content or from the streams, it'll also show what you guys were saying at the time live, so you can see yourself in the videos. It'll be pretty cool. But this is just the beginning. Thanks for the kind words, guys. Really appreciate it. Best paid product research tool. I mean, today I'm going to be reviewing, actually, I do want to go through this. This one is Trend Rocket. This is Davey Fogarty, who I'll go ahead and say this. I'll consider him a friend now because we did an interview together. We've DM'd, he follows me, and the guy is incredible. He's just not only an amazing entrepreneur, but he's also like an incredible person. I feel like we would genuinely be friends in real life. So I want to review this. I want to actually, use it so you guys can see it and help him out in some way and also help you guys out. So this one's a great one, Trend Rocket. My favorite, I will admit, obviously I'm going to always be honest, but my favorite one is Shop Hunter. Shop Hunter is so good. I mean, it's like, I'll say this, I don't think Shop Hunter has like the best UI. I still think there's not a single product research tool that has like an incredibly good UI. But what I will say is like functionality wise, Shop Hunter is the best. Like it gives you so much data that you can work with, and data helps you make decisions in this game. In online business as a whole, like it is a lot about data. It doesn't have to be, but like I think that's how you get the best results. Yeah, but this is a good one. So, we got some brands here with some interesting scores on revenue and scaling. So the scaling score tracks here. I'll show you what it says. The scaling score tracks brand growth based on their social channels month over month. Each brand receives a score between 1 to 100 in comparison with other tracked brands. Fair enough. So 99, these guys are growing very quickly. That's actually pretty cool. That's a cool score. I'm from Australia as well. Could you work with me seeing you're from US and my advertising? Yeah, I would love to. We work with brands in the UK. We work with brands in Australia, Canada, and of course the US. Those are the top countries that we work with at Ecom. But also that's the top countries that we sell to from an e-commerce perspective, like on our online stores. Those are the ones that we sell to the most. So definitely I would love to work with you. My COO, my right-hand man, he's actually from Australia as well. He lives in France now, but he's originally from Australia. He's French from Australia. Don't ask me how that works, but he's a great guy, so I'm sure we can work together quite well. Just reach out to us via this form. This is the best way to, get in contact with us. And that's it. This is cool. Nuevo Tokyo. It's a reductionist studio. How does Shop Hunter collect data? It's so precise. I don't know. I think it's an algorithm like based on traffic and just like data script from the internet. There's another store that does something quite similar. Here. Called Store Leads. And basically, yeah, like that's kind of what they do. Oh, the Arizona Shopify store, $3 million a month. That's pretty cool. So this is what I want to do, guys. If any of you know any of these brands, right? Like if you know any of these brands, tell them about Ecom and tell them how great we do. I mean, you guys have seen our results. Like we can literally take something from 0 to 100K a month in a month profitably. You know, we can take things from 100K a month to 500K a month profitably in a matter of a few months. So like if anybody, for example, knows about these guys, tell them about us, introduce us, and I will gladly compensate you for it. Because I think soon you guys will see, like we'll be working with some insane brands because of the team that we're building and the results that we get. So I do believe that soon enough we'll be working with very, very massive brands like Arizona, like Skims. I really do want to work with Skims, Kim Kardashian's brand. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So if anybody can help us get there, that would be incredible. Hey, Ari, been in your Discord for about 8 or 9 months now. Love the content. Yo, shout out to you, my man. The Discord is my favorite place to be. It really is. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, so I don't want to get too distracted, but yeah, see, this is fun. I mean, I would normally be doing this on my own, so it's kind of nice that we can talk. I'm glad I tested it. I really am. Let's see. Why don't I use Mac computer? Well, actually, I do have a Mac computer with this on it. Futurist. I do have one. But the thing about this computer is that I only really use it in bed. Or like if I'm walking around and I want to just like do random things. Otherwise, I'm not as fast. Like I'm not as fast on a Mac. I'm just like, I feel like when I use my PC, like my Microsoft computer, my Windows computer, I'm just like quick. I'm like playing a video game almost. When I'm on my Mac, I just don't feel that same energy. I feel more so like wanting to relax and stuff like that. Like when I'm on my computer, I feel like I can go way faster. But it's also just because I'm used to Windows. I've had a Windows computer since I was like 5. So, you know, I've grown up with these computers. Even though the operating system has changed over the years, it's still the same framework or just the same operating system. So like I'm used to it. It feels more familiar than a Mac, even though I still use the Mac and I try to get good with it, but yeah, it just takes, I'm just too used to this one. Oh yeah, I tweeted this bar earlier that I actually think is a very good piece of advice that I've never seen before. I've never seen this piece of advice before. So I thought about it. I was like, man, this is actually so true and real. Okay. So it goes, when you scale your business with meta ads fast, you have to make sure to not touch the profits for at least a few months. The big numbers make you feel great, but it's wise to wait until your cash flow is settled before spending frivolously. Build good momentum first. I say that because I remember multiple times this has happened to me. I've scaled very, very fast with meta ads. And then like as soon as I get to those big numbers, right, and it starts to look really juicy on a daily basis, I just start naturally, I'm just like, money is not real. Like fuck money. Like I don't need money. I'm just gonna spend it. So I start spending like crazy, and then the cash flow isn't settled yet. So what I mean is like, you know, Shopify payments will be holding like 20K, or not holding, but like those 20K are gonna land a week from now in my account. But then on my Amex, you know, we've spent 20K, right? So you need to wait a few months until you get your profit and cash flow settled. Otherwise, you may run into issues. It's just a better idea to just like relax, chill out. Don't make a shit ton of money, but don't spend it yet. Just like chill, build momentum, and then go crazy once it's all settled. So that's a good piece of advice because yeah, I mean, it's just something I've experienced. So I thought of it before. So I thought of it. I was like, this has happened to me before, and it could have been easily avoided had I just been a little bit more long-sighted, like not so short-sighted. Do you use exploding topics? Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. Is that when I was saying earlier, I was saying there's no product research tool that I've come across yet that has a great UI. The only one, but I didn't mention it because it's not quite a product research tool, even though it technically is Exploding Topics. I love their UI. But I would love to build a competitor. I'm not going to build a competitor. Right now, what we do, I mean, don't tell anybody, I guess. But what we do is we just scrape trends from everywhere. Like we join my Chemi Lab team, my researchers, Tariq and Zach. Sleepy knows about this. They got access to all the softwares, and they're constantly scraping all of them. And we're only going to scale this up further. So, and then we just post them on here, right? Like we just post them in the breakout trends in the Chemi Lab Research Center. And sometimes they're from Exploding Topics. Sometimes they're from Shop Hunter. Sometimes they're from Trend Rocket. Sometimes they're from Amazon. Store leads, TikTok, a variety of things. And yeah, that's another cool benefit. I mean, that's kind of my role, I think, is I also tweeted this the other day. I was like, I consider myself an engineer and artist, but I also could say like scientist rather than engineer. Like I'm big on just doing a bunch of research, acquiring a ton of data, and getting theoretical ideas off of it, and then applying them through all our different projects, getting more data, synthesizing it for our community, synthesizing it for videos, streams. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of success through just creating feedback loops instead of like, that's where all of my success has actually come from. It's never been just like one thing that I did right that was massive, right? It was just like feedback loops, like a lot of testing and like sending things out there, getting it back, and like, making time work for me in a way. That's dope because it's like $500 a year for that. Yeah, exactly. Exploding Topics is not cheap, bro. That thing is $500 a year. Same with Crunchbase. So that's another one that like I really enjoy. I'm also signed up. We also got everybody in the Chemi Lab team on this one. So that's another $500 a year. And I like to scrape all this stuff for data because this one in particular is really interesting. It has a lot of different businesses and like their valuation numbers. So this one is actually more the business backend. It's not so much like the actual website statistics. It's more so like the actual numbers behind the business. So for example, the textile fashion group, they've raised over $300 million. And what these guys do, I've done a video on them before, is they actually they partner with influencers to launch e-commerce businesses. So they're the guys behind Savage Fenty with Rihanna, Fabletics, which I know Kevin Hart is a part of that. So yeah, and these are the guys. And they're a $1 billion company off of these e-commerce brands that they operate. So yeah, this is why I want to get involved with brands like this. Like I want to get involved with the textile fashion group and say, yo, we have the best media buying team in the world. We know how to run meta ads the best, better than anyone, at a fairer price. And you should put our business system into your businesses. That's what I'm going for. It's so funny. This is literally an Unsplash image. I've downloaded this image before from Unsplash like years ago, but I remember. So even a $1 billion brand uses Unsplash. Unsplash is a little business hack you probably don't know about, but I use this a lot myself. They just have some amazing free images that you can use, and you can look up anything. This is really good stuff for filler content for your brand or business. Like, let's say you want to make your Instagram page look super nice. Boom, you can use some of these and find ones that fit your aesthetic, right? Like if you have a car brand, you could use this one. If you have some, I don't know, let's say, ooh, this one's cool. You get the point. I don't need to explain it further. How can I join your media buying team? Well, you can go here. You can go to ecom.co, go to careers, and you can apply. But yeah, I mean, we're always hiring. Is the thing. We just brought on a couple new media buyers, but we're constantly training everybody too. So I always buy new courses. I buy all the courses possible, and I get my whole team to watch them. So everybody on the team gets access to the courses, the softwares, everything, all the tools they need to just excel, and then we just put them in different businesses. It's really cool, actually. This ecosystem is on point. What do you think about Apple Vision Pro? It can change ecom industry using augmented reality. Yeah, man. I think it definitely will make a big difference for e-commerce, but not in the short term, obviously. Not in the short term. I think in the short term, it's not going to do much, because the thing about it is that it's super expensive, right? Like this thing is $3,500. Is the paid Ecom Discord server more active than the unpaid one? So there is no unpaid one, actually. There's only, like, if you can join the general chat here in the public forum, which is still nice. So you can join this for free, but access to everything else, it's paid. And I know some people have a problem with that. I understand, but look, I'm always going to be doing free stuff on Twitter, free stuff on YouTube. And I found that when the Discord was free, it was very hard to manage. It was very hard to manage all the scams too. People could scam the whole server very easily. And that was annoying. And this way we can actually build a business out of it. So again, the feedback loop, like when your business makes money, when you build something that actually makes money, it's like self-funded, it can actually grow and it can get better and better. But if it's not, if it doesn't make money, it's probably not going to get better, because I mean, somebody has to fund it. Somebody has to fund the thing. And obviously I'm not rich enough to be funding things like that yet. Like if I had maybe like 100 million to my name, sure, everything's free, whatever. But right now I need the infrastructure to actually build it into something good. I need to pay everybody. Like I pay everybody very well. There's a lot of people I pay. So, it kind of makes sense that you would have to charge for a business or for a service. And honestly, this way has been so much better, I will say. I've been able to hire more people. I've been able to make it better. And the quality of people is better as well. Like, I know that sounds harsh, but it's not. Like, think about it. If something is free, of course more people will join, but they're not necessarily going to contribute positively. Whereas when people pay to join, it's like you almost feel obligated to contribute. And I think, like I've been saying this whole time, that creates a positive feedback loop that only makes things better. Yeah. Oh yeah, the reason I pulled up Shopify on Twitter here is because of this. Entrepreneurs multitasking in 2024. And it's gonna be us with this thing on. This is wild. How many of you guys in the chat bought one of these? I didn't, but I want to know about you guys. Yeah, imagine the Shopify notifications, but on your Visions Pro. That would be pretty funny. Wow, Arizona is crushing it. That's super cool that the e-commerce side of things is actually popping off too. So I'm telling you, e-commerce is it's like my favorite industry. I think even though physical products are a pain in the butt to ship, whatever, it's just so cool, man. There's just something special about it. There's something special about like a physical product, especially in this increasingly digital world. Like, I'm sure you guys have all, if you're in the US, you've probably gone to the gas station on a like super hot day and bought an Arizona, and like now they have an Ecom store. Now they're a Shopify store now too. Like, that's so cool to me. So you can buy Arizona on Shopify. That's so nice. And they're following this really interesting template that a lot of 9-figure brands I've seen with e-commerce follow, which is to start licensing products and start creating like collaborations like this, Marvel and Arizona. You know, and this is nice because it's a mutually beneficial relationship. It's a way for Arizona to launch a ton of new products and also capitalize on the authority of Marvel. So it builds a lot of brand image and obviously a lot of revenue from the new products and re-engaging existing customers. But then also it's good for Marvel because I'm sure they're getting a cut. So it's free money and free publicity. Arizona's going to do all the marketing for this. That's a great deal. Are there any apps to make websites like Arizona? So this is on Shopify. Yeah, this is definitely like a very common design language for a snack brand on Shopify right now. I'll show you an example of what I mean. Feastables, Mr. Beast's brand. It's almost identical, and I mean, it's not, obviously the colors are different, the exact branding is not the same, but I'm talking about these bold colors, this bold font, these buttons with the outline. It's quite similar. It's on the same wavelength. Maybe this one's just a little more hyper, like, whoa. But this one is a little more refined, but still along those same lines, right? If it was a spectrum, you see what I'm saying. What theme is this? I don't know. I would have to check on Shop Hunter. I'll pull it up on the side. Sorry. I gotta protect our info here. We've been doing a lot of research. Wow, this has been actually quite a successful stream. So thank you guys for joining. I mean, this was very spontaneous. I did tell my team I was gonna stream today though, but so it's not as spontaneous as I'm making it out to be, but I have been procrastinating it for a while. Okay, so let's see, we'll put Arizona here on Shop Hunter. So that's another benefit of Shop Hunter, is it also shows you the website theme. You don't need Shop Hunter to do that, but oh, so they're actually using Turbo. They're just straight up using Turbo theme, but they've designed it beautifully. So actually, now that I know that, I totally see it. I don't know how I missed it, but this is definitely just the Turbo theme. The only thing that's different is just obviously the styling. The styling is a little more custom. But you could easily hire a website designer to style this similarly. But the base theme is the Turbo theme, which is a great theme. Turbo theme is just a certified classic banger. Sup, Tariq? What up? The man, the myth, the legend. Tell me about your 497 product. So that's the Ecom Lab. So I'll show you real quick. Ecom Lab it's basically a research community. It's a research and education community. What it allows you to do is build a network. So connect with us daily. I can actually just show you what it looks like. I mean, this is what the inside looks like. You know, you just network with people, myself included. I'm in here all the time. You know, we're talking with other members that are killing it. Sleepy, for example, this guy did 2 million last year. He's 17. I think he's 18 now, actually. But yeah, you know, we're posting a lot of different things. We're posting a bunch of different, you know, investing stuff as well, because I like investing a lot. So, you know, we talk about that a little bit, like the latest winners. I had some Nvidia, thank God, and some Tesla as well. So I've been chilling this year. It's been a great year, I'll admit. Breakout trends. So this is just the Discord community. So this is the research and community, but then you also get this. I'll show you some of the content inside. Because there's the Ecom library that's also included. And, you know, there's some heaters in that library, especially because recently we did an interview with Davey, and that was so good. Okay, so this is more or less what it looks like inside the Ecom library. I mean, this is all great stuff, right? But I think where the most interesting stuff is the stuff in here. So for example, the round table that we did the other day with Davey, I still can't believe that went down. I'm not gonna lie. That was like a wild thing that happened. And he really gave us the sauce needed to scale to 100 million a year, which is just like, so I believe with some of the things that I learned from Davey, not only myself, but some of the members in the Ecom Lab will be able to get to 8 figures at the minimum, even 9 figures at the maximum, maybe even 10. So that was incredible. And we did this live. So you see those people in there, that's the people in the Ecom Lab. So that's the members. They were in there asking questions. It was great. It was amazing. So that's basically it, man. I mean, that's basically the product. It's $497, but you can also, you know, buy ones that come with a coaching call with me if you want that, with my team as well. You know, we prepare a nice little handout for you so you kind of, you know, get sent in the right direction or help with whatever you need. And that's it. So you asked for it. I'm very proud of it though, so I don't mind talking about it. I could talk about it all day. I love that product. I think it's amazing. But yeah, have you seen Magic Mind? No. Wow, Turbo has that much customization? It does, but I mean, you probably will need a designer. Don't, you know, I'm not, yo, out of the sandbox, where's my affiliate code? I know a lot of people are gonna buy Turbo now. I'm just kidding, but yeah, out of the sandbox, that's the company that makes Turbo. You know, that's another thing, guys. Whenever you're thinking about business, like, out of the sandbox, come on. Wait, what is this? There's so many business ideas that could come out of like Shopify as a whole. Like, out of the sandbox, I'm pretty sure they do like 10 million a year. Selling themes, so it's like super high profits. Yeah, it's so clean. I actually really like this. Oh, let's see. Damn, I actually think they're a Shopify store too, so let me plug it into Shop Hunter on the side here. Okay, welcome everybody. By the way, if you're new to the stream, I welcome you. Okay, never mind. Okay, it's showing 0, so that's not good. Eight-figure brand energy, heavily slept on. So what was it? Magic Mind, you said. Oh, wait. I totally know what you're talking about, actually. I have. It's the mushroom one, right? Yo, the chat's going too fast right now. Call me a official streamer. The world's first productivity shot. Oh, okay. This kind of shot. I was gonna say that's a little sus. Whoa, they are blowing up. This is nice though. This is super cool. I love the branding. This is very original. Personally, I know that these are like incredible websites. I'll just give you my opinion, though. This is just my opinion. Take this with a grain of salt. I tend to stay away from such fancy design. This looks expensive to me, like so expensive. But let's look at what it looks like on mobile. Okay, so mobile, this thing goes off. This is nice. Everything is above the fold. You got the reviews. I mean, this is beautiful. This is actually a perfect mix of original, trendy design and functionality. This is very well done. This is super well done. Except for this. Justin Khan? What's this guy doing here? That's the founder of Twitch. Huh? Oh, wow, okay. They're not shy about it. No, this is not my store. I was saying I want to work with this store, though, because Arizona is just a legendary brand. What do you like better, Ari? Shop Hunter or Trend Rocket? Shop Hunter. I like Shop Hunter better. Trend Rocket is great though, and it's affordable as well. So, you know, I definitely vouch for it. I do prefer Shop Hunter, or at least right now I'm using Shop Hunter more. That's more the thing is, honestly, I'll be honest. I'm good friends with Justin, the owner of Shop Hunter. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it so much when I first used it. Like, even though they've made a ton of improvements actually since I first used it, which was like 6 months ago, but they've improved it significantly. And now that I'm more used to using it, I like it so much. I think it's such a powerful tool. And honestly, that's a great analogy for everything. Like, at first, you may not see the value in something. Even let's say if you join the Ecom Lab, you may not see the full value at the very beginning. But as you enjoy it and participate, you'll understand the hype. And it's kind of the same thing with Shop Hunter. And I'm sure it's the same thing with Trend Rocket. It's just, like I said, I haven't used it so much yet. So I haven't got a good groove for it. I don't have like a good flow for it. But yeah. But yeah, Magic Mind, this is pretty cool. I mean, this is nice that they're selling it like in this sizing, like 15 bottles, 30 bottles. Keep that in mind. I'm telling you guys, one of the biggest keys to success with ecom is finding creative ways to boost your average order value. And this is a great way to do that. Just don't even offer a single size, you know? Only offer things in large quantities. Can you do a discount code for Chemi Labs? We did earlier this month. You should have paid attention to my Instagram. I did it because at the very beginning of the month for like a couple days or for a weekend, because we were actually gonna make it. We are gonna make it a subscription, like a yearly subscription, kind of like a university would be. But it's been trickier than you think making it into a subscription with the way that the website is set up now. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's not a huge priority, to be honest. So yeah, but this is beautiful. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. These are all great sites. Oh yeah, somebody asked, I saw this. Ari, do you use cannabis? Yeah, but not a lot. Just like recreationally, just like how people would maybe drink. I'm not gonna lie, I like drinking, but not that much. I don't like it that much. I always feel terrible the next day, so it's not as fun. But it is a good time though, with like friends and whatnot. But I like to be healthy. I like to be healthy if I can. Is the Luke Belmar interview fake? I mean, maybe. No, it's not. I'm just feeding into it. It's of course not fake. But yeah, I mean, it's funny that maybe you thought it was fake. Whoa, this chat is just crazy. What is it, Chemi Lab? Oh god. I'm not trying to make this whole stream in a Chemi Lab ad, okay? So you guys gotta understand that it's not like that, okay? Even though I'm proud of it, I'm not opposed to talking about it. I just don't want you to think like, you know, that's all this is about. We're just hanging out here, but you guys are asking about it. It's this. You can check it out in the description, honestly. It's a better idea if you just go read about it in the description. It's probably easier to understand this way than if I just explain it a bunch. And you can get all the information you need in there. So it's just a chemilab.ai. Then you just go to the landing page. Boom. But it's our research and education community. It's basically a subset of our agency. I thought it was a good idea because, you know, not everybody in our, you know, that reaches out to work with us at the agency has the budget, right? So, you know, I just wanted to basically create this community where we could just provide all the research that we regularly do, and in the community itself, it's an incentive for us to do even more research than we were previously doing. And that's mutually beneficial for the members in the community and ourselves, because we can apply that research to some of the clients that we work with at Ecom. And you'd be really shocked to know how relevant all the stuff that I talk about on YouTube and the research that we do in the Ecom Lab is for actually helping businesses in the e-commerce space. For example, when I went to LA recently, I helped one of my friends launch their online store. And just knowing, like, he has a really successful shop in a mall in LA. And man, just like I felt like I had a Neuralink for e-commerce, for example. Like, just talking to this guy, I could just almost like filter or compartmentalize each store that I've reviewed, like, and just kind of like pick and choose and be like, oh wait, I remember in this store there was this feature that did this, and it was super successful, and they did this and that, and boom, boom, boom. And then I was able to help them like super fast. Like, they were trying to launch this thing for like years, and I just went in there. He flew me out in like 3 hours. It was done. I was like, done. Yeah. So just saying, it's just something to consider is when I'm making this content, let's say these case studies, selfishly, it helps me so much more than you think, even though it's so helpful and valuable for you guys as well. Like, I love what I do because it's like an incentive to continue to get better, you know, which is nice. I like that because it keeps me on my edge. Otherwise, I feel like I would just get very comfortable, and that's kind of how I felt for the last month. I haven't been making as much content because I hired this editor. And then I went to LA. I've been very busy, but yeah, that's what I realized is I got a bit comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, because like the business is scaling, my team is doing amazing. We're all getting better, but I got a little comfortable for a moment, mainly because I wasn't producing content. So that's why we're back on that's why I turned the content farm back on, basically. Because it's an incentive for me to continue to do more research, get better, more skilled, more knowledgeable, and then be able to synthesize all that for other businesses, my own business, our team, our community, etc. Do you guys teach media buying and scaling in Ecom Lab? Yeah, we do. So that's part of it. You know, we have a lot of scaling strategies in there. So yeah, man. Food and snacks be overpowered. A little bit. I mean, it is, but it's probably hard though, you know, like it's probably hard to pull off. I can't imagine having to deal with like things spoiling, for example. Like, I don't know the shelf life on this. Shit, that might be tricky. That might be pretty tricky. What are the best websites to buy domains? Probably GoDaddy, Namecheap. That's an interesting question. Domains are a good investment, I think. I don't really own many, but I should. I know the guy that owns the domain NFT agency. I don't know why I know that, but that was pretty sought after during the NFT mania. Not so much now, but maybe it will come back. What do you guys think about crypto these days? Do you guys think it's coming back? Do you guys think it's over? Oh, shout out to the people that followed me on Twitter. Maybe it was some of you watching, which is great. Twitter is undervalued, I think, still. That's funny. What is the biggest business secret hiding in plain sight right now? Well, we've been saying for a while on the All-In Pod that we should prepare for interest rates higher than we like and for longer than we want. The most underreported issue in business is how corporate America is about to hit a massive debt wall because of it. Oh. A debt wall is a term that describes how much debt is due at various times. If a lot of debt comes due at the same time, it puts a lot of pressure on a company. Whoa, this is actually eerily similar to the issue I was talking about earlier about meta ads, where I said a tip I've never heard in this space ever before is to not spend your profits personally for months if you're scaling fast, because not all your cash is settled. So it's kind of what they're saying. It's like when all that debt is due, you know, when you're scaling, you feel so good because of the big numbers that you kind of forget that you're spending money on ads, in that the payments that Shopify pays you and PayPal, let's say, are a little bit delayed. So you gotta wait till you make a lot of profit before you actually start using it, just in case. A debt wall is a term that describes how much debt is due at various times. If a lot of debt comes due at the same time, it puts a lot of pressure on a company. Turns out that companies issued a ton of short-term debt during the pandemic at close to 0% interest rates. Damn. As you can see below, hundreds of billions of dollars will come due starting January 2024. Oh, and will need to be refinanced at much higher rates. So banks are going to print soon, is what you're saying. Prepare for a bunch of companies who will not be able to refinance their debt and will thus see their equity value incinerated. This will hit the private equity industry very acutely, whose core playbook involves wrapping their companies in gobs of high-yield debt. That said, this will also ultimately create opportunities for those with capital on the sidelines and act as a buyer and recap the best of these companies. Accept a bunch of articles about potential corporate bankruptcy starting this fall. Lots of money to be made if you're paying attention. Wow, this is a good tweet. This is some good alpha right here, guys, for later this year. And, you know, I've learned how you actually make money if you're an investor is like by knowing this stuff. He's talking about this now. He's talking about January 2024. In June 2023. That's the information gap that makes you money when investing. That's really interesting though. I'm trying to think about how you can play this chart, like what you can actually do. So for example, I think Shopify is going to be a big company that has a lot of debt that's going to be due. So I mean, I think they'll be fine, but I think their equity value, like he's saying, will go down a lot. So shit, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to keep stacking cash. I don't know what to do. And I'm actually, for a little bit, I thought, oh, maybe I should put like 5K into like some venture fund and like, I don't know, just invest into little startups like that. But then I realized I have a meta ads team, bro. We can put 5K into a brand that we have full control over, mind you. and get it to 100K a month in like a few months. We did it. So yeah, that's a way better idea. Very interesting tweet, to say the least. Yo, we're getting Twitter followers by the minute from this stream. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, shout out to Justin, the man, the myth, the legend. So I'll answer that just for Justin right here. What makes Shop Hunter better than Trend Rocket though? So, I mean, first things first, Shop Hunter is just more robust. Like, you have way more data that you can gather. It's way more precise. You just have so many more data points that you can use. So much more searchability. And I think that's what makes it superior. There's not as many constraints, and I think that's really nice. Oh, this is really funny. Never share breakfast with a duck. Bro, that duck is gobbling up that food. And that cat does not care. Oh, that's kind of cute though. Ari, if you post a Shopify screenshot, you will instantly get followers. I did do that actually recently, and I actually did get some followers. So you're 100% right, man. You're 100% right. I posted this. Gurus, do SaaS, do sales, make NFT collection, make AI bits, straight shitcoins, straight options. Me, Shopify. And that's truly how I feel. There's a lot of noise. Oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna save this. This sounds like a video idea right here. Yo, Ari, can you confirm you'll be trying to increase the 2x videos a week? Yeah, I mean, I've been making a video every day for the past like 4 days. And I think I'm going to keep that going for a while again. I'm back. Like I said, I turned the content farm back on. The content farm is officially back on. So don't worry about that. Content will be coming in plentiful amounts. Love your lives. Ah, thank you. Well, appreciate you joining. I love you guys joining, and girls joining the lives. Such a good time. What else can I do? I mean, okay, I hate to say it, but I should probably go soon. It's getting late over here, and this was really more of a test than anything else. Nice, you're part of my daily routine or morning routine. Awesome, I love that. That's exactly how I approach my content. I don't know if maybe that's why it's part of my, I like it when it's part of my daily routine. Because like I said, it allows me to get like an input in my brain about like what's going on in the e-commerce world, what's going on in the world as a whole. This year I do have a goal to expand my content offerings to just a variety of different things that I'm interested in the business world, not exclusively e-commerce. So I'm talking agency stuff, I'm talking investing, I'm talking about just random business stuff, creator economy, all of that. I'm trying to really expand and just, you know, tie it all together on my channel with still a massive emphasis on e-commerce, because again, like I've been saying, I really believe e-commerce it's my favorite industry to be in, at least. I think there's something special about physical products. I think there's something about it that is just increasingly valuable in an increasingly digital world. Facts. Ari, who did you learn from? So many people, bro. I mean, like I said, the latest person I learned from was Davey Fogarty. I did a personal interview with him for the Ecom Lab. I think I'll drop a snippet on my channel. I will drop a snippet on my channel. I'll do you guys that solid, so you can get some of the sauce that he dropped. But some of it was actually business specific, so that's why I don't want to share the whole thing as well. It was an Ecom Lab exclusive, but also, like I said, yeah, it was very business specific because he answered some of the questions that people had in the chat about their businesses. So I'll drop a snippet, but what I learned from him, I'll tell you the main lesson I got from him, or one of them. I actually learned a lot of lessons from him, but obviously Davey's worth 500 million. He's killed it in e-commerce beyond what 99.9% of people have. He's, I would say, on the level of Ben Francis, the Gymshark guy. Okay, maybe a little less, right? Maybe a little bit less, but he started later. I think he'll get there. But what he told me is that he wishes that he would have not tried to diversify so much in the beginning of the brand. He thought that for the Udi, they tried Pinterest, they tried YouTube, they tried Twitter, they tried blogs, they tried like so many things. But he said that literally he could have made it to 100 million a year just by focusing on meta ads and dropping new products, dropping new creatives, and just consistently focusing on that. And I just thought that was super powerful because, again, it just goes to show that we have all the answers. We have all the possible answers that we need. We just consistently want to find a novelty thing. I don't know if it's ego. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I want to think it's curiosity, but I feel like it's a deeper rooted thing. I think it's something else. Maybe complacency. We just hate complacency. So this happens to me. As soon as meta ads is doing great, I'm like, okay, let's do TikTok. Let's do Google. Let's do Twitter. Like, bro, chill. Double down. Double down on what works. That's basically his piece of advice. Double down on meta ads, double down on launching new products. And that's it, dude. That's all you need to make it to 100 million a year. Obviously logistics and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. A million different things. But boiling it down to the simplest terms, that was it. And I just thought that was just amazing. Like, I thought that was such a great piece of advice. I thought it was so refreshing, inspiring. I just loved it. I fell in love with that piece of advice because that's more or less what we are doing. So it made me feel like I'm on the right path, and it made me feel like it's very attainable to reach 100 million a year. And it was only through him that I was able to see that. So I'm very happy that that happened. Yeah, this is super cool that you guys are also like meeting each other in the chat. That's always amazing when people create their like relationships within the community. That's ultimately what a community is all about, is connecting people. So that's another thing. That's why I'm telling you, I mean, this is deep. I know it's kind of deep, but I think there's something special about e-commerce because physical products, it's just, yeah, the physical world is increasingly more valuable as we become more digital. But also same with communities. I think with the rise of AI and life becoming easier than ever, I think it's making communities of real people more and more valuable. That's something AI can't replace. So that's why it's kind of my focus as well, is building this community, building a Chemi Lab and our Ecom brands. I just think they're both industries that are special and I love them. But yeah, really, really cool. It's funny that you guys are just chatting about stuff in the chat. I'm just here chilling. This is awesome. So we'll definitely be streaming a lot more. That's a big thing that I want to get across. That was the purpose of this stream, quite honestly, was just to say, hey, planting my flag again. The content farm is back on. Streams, clips from streams on the second channel. Go subscribe to the second channel. We've already posted some clips, but we're going to be posting more. Fun stuff like watching podcasts. I want to watch this with you guys because I love Rob Dyrdek. I think Rob Dyrdek is awesome. I think his journey is so interesting because he was like a professional skateboarder and he turned into a massive business mogul. So this dropped 4 days ago. This is brand new, an hour and a half. So I want to stream that with you guys. I'm going to watch it regardless. So you know what? Why not watch it together? Try to take notes together and see what we can learn from it. He's an incredibly inspiring person. I've already listened to other interviews by him before. I mean, he's just a really chill dude. He's just a cool guy, which I love that. I love when someone's super successful, but also super cool and like doesn't take themselves so seriously. Like I just love that vibe. So really interesting. I really want to watch that. So maybe tomorrow we'll stream. No, tomorrow I probably can't. I have to. Maybe Wednesday. So maybe we'll do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Something like that. It's through the Chemi Lab. Oh, yep. So you'll be all set to go with if you signed up to the Chemi Lab, shout out to you and welcome. More importantly, welcome. I can't wait to network with you and, see what you can do. But you'll be in by the morning for sure. Yeah. My team just has to process everything and send you all the access to the library, the access to Discord, etc. Ari, what is your schedule like throughout the day? How many hours do you work? Somebody asked me that the other day in the Chemi Lab Discord. Ironically, I think it was in here. Maybe it wasn't in here. Okay, well, whatever. I'll just answer it. Basically, I work. See, that's the thing I was saying earlier. Is like, I just love what I do so much that I don't even feel like I work a lot at all. But I'm sure if you ask like my girlfriend, like, oh, how much does he work? She'd be like, oh, he works a lot. Like, he's always working. But I don't feel like I'm always working. I actually feel like I don't work enough. I feel like I chill too much sometimes. But I actually think that's the best thing I can do because it gives me time to think. So I would say I probably work like just a normal 9 to 5, like in terms of hours. I think I usually start working at like 9 and it's 7 right now and I'm still doing stuff. But there's so many things throughout the day that I do that are not work at all. Like maybe I'll play a little video game for like at lunch or something, or I'll eat lunch. I'll hang out with my girlfriend. I'll go skate. I like to go skateboard sometimes. Maybe we'll go on a walk. Like my days are pretty random sometimes, but that's why like what I want to do now again, which is what I was doing before, is like right away in the morning, gather my things, like not really look at my phone too much, just like gather a couple books, a notepad, drink my coffee, just kind of chill. I really enjoy like a smooth morning. I don't like to just get up and boom, 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 go to work. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I'll like get up and answer Slack messages, or like I'll go on Discord and chat with the community. I'll say like, yo, good morning, guys. But I don't get into work like super fast. I kind of like mellow into it. And then once I got my coffee, I got the caffeine kicking, then I like to make content. I like to make a video. So I like to find something interesting that is valuable. Maybe an idea I have, something I want to express, something I want to iterate on. And I just do that. I don't write a script, nothing. I just boom, do it. And then depending on what it like. Usually, then I'll just make like a TikTok version of that in like 2 minutes. Like TikToks take me like not even 5 minutes to make. Videos take me like 20, 25 minutes to make. I'm pretty fast with it. And then after that, and not only after that, but in between that as well, I'm on Slack. I'm talking to my team. We're discussing ideas. We're sending each other links for different things that we saw. We're talking about results. We're talking about strategies. We're talking about just all these different things. So we're constantly talking. And then usually maybe at like noon. At noon is when I start taking calls if I have calls. So whether it be with like new clients, whether it be with my team, whether it be just like, and usually when I talk with my team, it's kind of like talking to a friend. Like I'm homies with everybody in my team, and we'll chat about business. Like we'll talk about life. We'll talk about. I actually kind of make it a point to do that. I like to lead in that way. Like I like to be more of like I'm a boss, whatever, but I also like to talk to my people about their life, just what they like. Like, for example, one of my guys is really great at chess, so we play chess together. Sometimes when we get on a call, we'll play chess. He's really good at media buying. He's one of our media buyers. And he's amazing at chess. He's like 1800 rated, so that's really cool. And then, usually I'll eat. I'll exercise also throughout the day. Like I do push-ups. I try to do 100 to 200 push-ups a day, 100 to 200 sit-ups a day. Like lunges, I'll try to do like a few lunges. And then that's it. And then maybe like I'll look at the stock market. I try to check the stock market a little bit every day. I don't trade, but I do like to buy stocks. So I'll look at what's going on in the market quick. Zach in the Ecom Lab also usually drops some really interesting investing things. So I'll look at that. And if I see there's good buying opportunities, I'll maybe buy a little bit of stock that day. Honestly, I never buy like a lot of stock at once. I'm just a big fan of like consistent progress, I get a lot of fulfillment out of that. And I've gotten a lot of results through that as well, just over time, like building things slowly. So I'll, buy $100 worth of stock that day, or maybe the next day, like everything's so red. So I'll buy like $300 worth of Nvidia, let's say. So that's usually what my daily routine looks like. That's actually, I have it written down because I wanted it to be so like simple and fundamental that I could do it every day. I literally wrote that what would happen if I stick to this daily routine that's very simple: 100 to 200 push-ups and sit-ups and lunges every day, a video or a stream that day, like some form of content, messages to my team and ideas every day, and then engage with the community on Discord, learn, and invest every day. If I do those 4 things every day for 5 years, bro, I'll be a fucking billionaire. I feel like I can actually do some crazy progress in 5 years if I can do that every day. Those simple things. So, I don't know, little things like that get me kind of hyped. I just love making consistent progress every day. I don't know why. It feels like a video game, actually. That's why. Because in a video game, that's always how I've played too. Like, in an MMO, I'll grind an MMO, like World of Warcraft. I'll grind World of Warcraft till I'm level 70 and like all geared up, and but it never happens in one day. Obviously, it's like consistency over time. If you're spending 2 to 4K for mentoring, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's fine. Everybody has to go through that, I think. I did the same thing, and it was helpful. But usually I will say the reason why it's helpful is because a mentor can just tell you, kind of call you out on your bullshit a little bit. And I will say, no offense to people, but and me included, like sometimes, there's just, we make up these ideas, these excuses in our heads. It's like what I was telling you with Davey and the lesson that I learned from him. He's like, I wish I would have just stayed consistent with meta ads and new products. That's it, instead of try everything else. So it's like, yeah, usually you know the answers. You just need somebody that's above you in progress to tell you like that you're doing something right, or that you like, you're thinking about something wrong. So that's really the main benefit of having a mentor. So yeah, 2 to 4K, that's a lot of money, but it could be totally life changing. So I never knock that anymore. I used to, but some people think mentoring is kind of like a scam, and obviously be very, very diligent with who you're buying mentorship from, especially at those prices. Like, that is super expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of money. Like, that's like that's like startup money for your business. Like, if I was to start a new business, like a new brand, I would not spend more than 2 to 4K to launch it. So that's a lot of money. So just join the Ecom Lab, bro. Okay, that's $500, and you get all that. So, not gonna lie, it's a much better deal with everything that we do for it. It's just incredible. But don't be afraid to spend. Like, don't worry. Don't feel bad about yourself because you spend money on mentoring or something. Even if it didn't pay off, don't feel bad about it. Just keep moving. Try to just take down a couple lessons that you learned from it and like really remember them, really carve them in your brain, and then just keep moving forward, bro. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just let it go. You actually never know when it will come back. Like, that knowledge will come back. Because, for example, when I was like, let's say, I think it was like 5 years ago, I had like a really great month, and I bought this course that was like 6K. And I kid you not, I didn't look at this course. Like, I looked at 2 videos, and then I never touched it again for like 4 years. And I was like, bro, this is not a scam. I didn't think it was a scam, but I was like, that was not worth the money. I can't believe I did that. That was stupid. But then 4 years down the line, maybe it was 3. I'm probably exaggerating the timeline. Maybe it was even like 2 years. But that's not the point. The point is, 2 years later, after thinking all of that about that 6K, some of that knowledge that I learned from it was applicable to a situation that I was running into at the time. I kid you not. So it's like, wow, you just never know that whatever you invest in knowledge, you never know when it's gonna come back to actually help you. So don't feel bad about any money that you spend on mentoring or anything. Just, if it didn't pan out, just move forward. But obviously also, last thing I'll say about it. Also, don't be self-reliant. Be self-reliant always. Always, always, always. You got to be self-reliant. Otherwise, there's no handouts in this life. There's only people that can help you, but there's no handouts. I want to really love what I do, but sometimes it's hard to do the little stuff like product research and copywriting, etc. Sometimes it's really hard to have the drive to do those. I agree 100%, bro. So the only thing you can do at that point is get some cash flow so you can hire people to do those things for you. Don't be afraid to hire. That's another great piece of advice. The course was from Sam Ovens, so it's not a secret. Sam Ovens is the king, or the retired king, of high ticket courses. And I bought one, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, it was a great course, but it was just so not applicable to what I was trying to do, that I was like kind of upset with myself that I spent 6K to buy it. I was like, what am I doing? For a while, I felt that way. But like I said, eventually, somehow the universe was like, yo, you need that course now. Like, now is when this stuff is applicable. So somehow it all panned out. What a great stream though, huh? What specifically is it that you love to do? Like, what makes you feel like you're not working your ecom business? So in ecom, what makes me feel like I'm not working is like framework stuff. Like, I love for example, and systems too. Like, I don't know, the systems in my business I enjoy a lot. Like, setting up the systems now are what I enjoy the most. Like building the website, I really like actually building a website as well. But yeah, I'm not like a coder or anything. I don't know. I like to simplify things to like the bare minimum, like the framework of stuff. I really enjoy doing that. And I used to enjoy things a lot more. Like, I used to really enjoy running ads, but now I just have people that are so much better than me at it that it just doesn't make sense for me to do it. And yeah, same with like product description. So now I just really enjoy, which is what I've always enjoyed. It's like the vision, the ideas. So I'm always sending ideas to our team. I'm always fixing little design things. I'm a big fan of design. I love design. So I try to incorporate a congruent design language across our ecom businesses. So someday, if you're like, if you saw our stores, you'd probably maybe say, like, if you've been following me for a long time, you'll see my design language. You'll see kind of my it's kind of like my flag almost. So that's the stuff I enjoy a lot. And ideas. So coming up with like the design language of the business and ideas, those are the things that I enjoy the most. Yo, shout out all the new followers on Twitter. You guys are goated. Goated with the sauce. Twitter is so entertaining. It's actually a really good stream activity, is it not? Who's gonna carry the butts and the logs? What do you mean, bro? Nice, shout out to this guy. What a beast. This emoji is really funny. Oh, you can't even see it. Just a funny guy. All right. My girl just got back. I'm gonna go hang out with her. Maybe eat some dinner and call it a night. Oh yeah, I got this book recently. This is a great book. Check it out. It's called Show Your Work. This is real solid right here. I've also been reading this one. I like to read 2 books at a time. So usually I'll say like, all right, I'll read 10 pages a day, but 2 different books. So 10. So then I'll read 20 pages a day of 2 different books. So I've been reading the Albert Einstein biography from Walter Isaacson, who is the guy that wrote one of my favorite biographies. It's over there. It's Steve Jobs, the Steve Jobs biography. Such a great book. This guy is a goated author, such a great author. So I'm reading the Albert Einstein one. I'm like halfway through, and then I have the Leonardo da Vinci one. I bought all his books. As soon as I read that one, I was like, yeah, I just bought all the books. So now I'm reading this one, and it's very, very interesting. You know, Albert Einstein was, in order to come up with some of the theories that he came up with, a big part of his daily routine was doing a shit ton of research. So I'm trying to be the Einstein of e-commerce. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to do a ton of research, come up with some sick theories, apply them on our projects and then on our clients' projects as well, and just create billions, if not trillions, of value in the world. And that's it. We'll be doing this again soon, guys, so don't worry. Check out some of the other content as well. And the second channel, subscribe there. We're going to be posting stream clips every day. I think you guys will really like it. And it's just part of the content farm. You know, we're turning the content farm back on. The value is going to go up exponentially. And I hope some of it comes back to us. You know, I think it will. I believe in karma. I think, you know, it comes back to you. So